We got Al Bundy, Dina B, Chris, Magic, Lisa, Shift Kicker. Do you believe that's about it? It says we have 0. Okay, that's not good. Well, we're live.
Yeah, I know sometimes it takes a while there for it to catch up a little bit.
Yeah.
I've been noticing it seems like might have done an update recently, and it seems like it's been lagging a little bit behind on the numbers.
Yeah. YouTube is updating. There's some because my YouTube, I signed up for the beta.
Okay.
So I get to see the good stuff and the bad stuff that they come out with. I'll put it that way.
Okay.
Unfortunately, some biggest part of it's not the good stuff, but
Of course. Yeah.
yeah,
That's what it usually is. Well, it's just like I feel weird about the shorts a little bit.
yeah, and they're pushing them shorts. Let me
Real
tell
hard.
you.
Well, it's competitive. They have to be competitive with TikTok and Instagram and Facebook and
Yep, I remember a few years ago it was they were competing against Twitch, which was
yeah.
a gaming platform, and they came out with YouTube Gaming.
Yeah, that's what I mean. I guess it makes sense. I don't like it though because I feel like the videos, since they really started pushing the shorts, the videos have been taking a hit
Oh yeah,
on views.
yeah, and unfortunately, if we want to do videos, we have to put out some shorts on top of it.
You have to,
And
It's the only way to do it.
with like I put out the one today with Alexa. I was talking to Alexa. I know it sounds weird, but because I came out with a video not too long ago, and I asked about when he fell off his bicycle. Biden
Yeah,
said he died.
did it
Alexa did.
really?
Yeah, they hurry up and fixed it after I made the video, but it was quite funny.
That's funny. That's
He
funny.
died on so and so, but now I ask again, and it says he was 79 years old. That means he past tense. He's not here no more, and that's
Yeah,
like,
I've seen some other videos too of people that were like asking Alexa questions about presidents and stuff, and like
yeah,
the answers are super, super wild.
yeah.
So everybody out there, if you get a chance, look up some of those videos, like asking Alexa questions, and there's some good videos out there though. You can at least get a
Yeah.
good laugh.
But
But
anyways, I would like to, since we're getting some people in here now, introduce my guest up here, Backwoods Mindset,
that's me.
Maddie, or he goes by another guy.
Yeah, well, that's my cousin, my alter ego, who's also my cousin.
Yeah.
Good old Buck.
Go ahead and let everybody know what kind of content and stuff that you do.
Okay, so my channel is completely all over the place. I mean, it's literally it's all over the place. I've done fishing, hunting, outdoor stuff. I did a fire starters. We do cooking with my kids. I'm married. I have two. I guess they're not little ones anymore. My daughter's going to be a teenager. I'm going to have two teenagers now. So my daughter's 12, going to be 13, and my son's going to be 15. So like they do stuff with us. We go fishing. When the family goes out, it's turned more recently into a family vlog. And our main thing that we're doing, and we were just talking about it, is we've been looking for property. And that's something that we're going to be doing some more of. I lost my job back in November, and it kind of put a halt to it for a minute. But since then, I got a new job within 2 weeks of losing my job. But we put it on halt, just kind of put it on the back burner. But we're getting out there and we're starting to look again because we have some plans. We want to get land right before our daughter gets done with 8th grade, before she goes into high school. So that's kind of what we're shooting for right now. Of course, things can change. You never know.
Yeah.
That's a year and 4 months away, but we're starting to do the work to look to see what we can
And like you
what
said,
we can
if you,
find.
you get land tomorrow, you can still have the land and still stay where you're at, and
Yep.
then go on the weekends and
Start
yeah.
working on stuff, because that's what, I've lived in the city now for a good the whole time I've been married. So we just had our 15-year wedding anniversary, and the whole time we've lived in the city. So I'm ready to get back out and have some land and get away from some people.
Oh yeah. Next year will be 20 years in this place, and it's 20 years too long.
Yeah, that's what it's been 5 years in this house. We rented before we bought this, but yeah, we're
Yeah.
just about 5 now in here.
And it's um it seems great when you live out in the country, and oh, we're going to the city, there's so much stuff to do, and you get there and it's like, I want to go back to the country.
Yep. Well, that's the thing. It's like, and that's kind of, well, and you know how Ohio is. It's like all of Ohio is kind of like that. Like you can pretty much get to a major city in a decent amount of time. It really doesn't take all that long,
Yeah.
and you've been up in the area I'm in, and you can be literally standing in the middle of a cornfield and drive 10 minutes and you're in the city.
Yeah.
It's, it, it can change real quick, but in Ohio, I guess. I'm sure there's probably other places that are like that too.
Oh yeah. Anywhere on the east, basically, the upper east is like that.
Oh, and I see
Um,
it's Magic's mom's birthday. So happy
oh
birthday.
yeah. Happy birthday, Magic's mom.
That's awesome. And let's see here. Yeah, and I see I'm just reading some of the comments over here. I see stand up Humboldt 4. Yeah, I can't stay on one thing. I feel like it gets boring. And I've kind of done that. I do a lot of comedy too. I try to make people laugh. So I try to run my channel. Well, and I try to run
Yeah.
my channel a little bit different than other people do.
Yeah. And we actually have somebody in common. Um, when I first did my channel, I did 3 videos, or
Okay.
maybe 4, and one of my videos hit 25,000 views, like in
Okay.
3 days, and I
Uh,
was like, "Woohoo! This is great."
yeah.
And then YouTube contacted me and said somebody hacked my channel and took over my channel, and said that they had to do something to get rid of them or something. Then I didn't hear anything from them, and I kind of
Mhm.
just gave up on it and figured, and I went back to my other channel. And um, 6 years, about 5 years later, they contacted me and said, your channel's available for content now. You can start uploading.
Okay.
I'm like, what? Forgot all about it. So I went on there, looked at it and stuff, and I was logged on to the channel, and um, went to regular YouTube homepage and
Okay.
seen a guy trying to put a giant log on a mill,
Oh, okay.
a lumber mill. So I started watching it, and it was Jason from
Oh, okay.
the Crockers,
Yeah.
uh, and started watching it. He got me in. I started watching that one. Then went back and started watching some of his older stuff, and I got the bug to want to go back into making videos on the channel there again. And I even contacted him, and he was real excited. He said, "Wow, that's great," and everything.
Yeah. Oh,
Jason.
yeah. Yeah, I know how he is. Yeah, no, he's really
And
good. He's really good
um,
with people that want to start up. Like
yeah,
he's all about people getting out there and doing their thing, and he'll help. He may not be the quickest to respond, but
oh yeah,
if he can, he does
it
respond.
it
So,
it was like probably a day and a half, and he replied back to me. because I figured, nah, he's not going to. I just did it for more for my thing, saying,
Yeah.
well, I'm doing this and doing that, and um, he got back to me and said, just keep me informed how you're doing and everything, and about 2 months later, I hit 1,000 subs and got monetized. And he said, "Wow, that's great."
That's awesome.
And every once in a while, he'll recognize me and say hello and whatnot.
Yeah, no, he is a great
Unfortunately, I
guy.
haven't made it down to Oklahoma to do his meetups or anything.
Yeah, I haven't heard anything about this year yet. I heard some rumors that it might be later in the year.
Yeah.
But I highly recommend, if there's an opportunity and you can, for one of the meetups, to go, just based on the people that you'd meet.
Oh yeah.
And what you can learn and the networking part of it. It's a very, I've never experienced anything like it. The first meetup I went to was Shooting Fest last year. That was the first meetup I went to, and it was amazing. Everybody was so nice, and everybody was exactly how they are. Like, that's the thing. Everybody's real. There's
the first one that was in the church in Pryor. That's one I was supposed to go to, and I was going to ride a bus there, and we had the whole thing with the fuel.
Oh yeah,
no fuel or anything at that time, and they canceled my ticket and refunded me my money, and I'm like, no.
Oh no. Yeah, that's what. So it wasn't the first one, but it was the second one that I was going to go to, and I ended up not being able to get the time off of work.
Oh.
I ended up getting stuck. Somebody went on vacation, and at the time I was, I was doing a lot of the major stuff in the office, so I got stuck having to stay. But I made sure I put in, like, for vacation, like 6 months before. So I locked that week down before anybody else. But yeah, it's nice. Oklahoma's really nice. I just like Oklahoma just in general.
Yeah, that's where my son was stationed at, and that's
Okay.
That's where I wanted to get some property down there. And my son said, "Oh hell no."
Yeah.
It's too damn windy here.
Oh yeah, it is. It gets wildly windy down there, because I went down to the ranch, to Shooting Ranch too. I was down there, and it wasn't too bad. It wasn't too windy while I was there. There was a couple times where it got a little windy, but yeah, it's hot out there too.
Oh yeah,
it's real hot.
Yeah, well, I lived a lot in Phoenix, Arizona, so
okay,
it wouldn't take me too long to get used to it.
Yeah, that's I was in Chandler, Arizona for a while.
Oh, okay, I know where that's at.
Yeah. So that's not real long, visiting and whatnot, but yeah, no, Arizona's a neat state, but that's hot. That's a whole different kind of hot.
Yeah, I used to. Probably the worst thing to do, other than working on the roads, I used to do roofing in Phoenix. So
I can't even imagine.
Yeah, I'm surprised I have skin left.
Yeah, well, that's what I mean. I know I did gutters for a long time, and gutter cleaning, and I'd be up on roofs all day long. And I know I mean, even here, you're up there, it's 90 degrees outside, it's 140 up on that roof.
Oh yeah, and I used to get carded and stuff by the Border Patrol when we traveled too far south.
Yeah, I see Marianne Bimler over here was talking about the tornadoes down in Oklahoma too.
Yeah. Up here we have blizzards. Down there they have tornadoes.
Even we've gotten lucky recently. We've been real lucky.
Yeah.
What's the weather down there like today?
In the 40s. It got 40s. I mean, it might have hit 50.
Okay.
I didn't see it, but tomorrow's supposed to be in the 70s.
Yeah, well, we got I think it was 56 up here. So we're what, about an hour and a half away from each other, somewhere around there.
Yeah, pretty
Something
much.
like that. Yeah. And but yeah, we were like in mid 30s today, so we didn't get any of the ice that they were talking about, because we had a warning that we were going to get like
Yeah.
ice, but
Michigan got it, I do believe.
yeah, but we've been pretty, it's been pretty mild. I'll take it.
Oh yeah.
I'll take it. I'm used to, I mean,
I'm
I
not
deal with it
complaining.
though. Yeah. Well, you know how it's just, you never know in Ohio. You never
Yeah.
know what you're going to get.
Yep.
I was talking about that the other night. I'll never forget. It was a couple of years ago on Christmas. I was in a t-shirt on Christmas Eve fishing on Christmas Eve, because it was like
Yeah.
82 degrees or something crazy like that.
Yeah. 75 in North Carolina.
I love North Carolina too. North Carolina is
Yeah.
another.
I have a few people down there that would like me to move down to North Carolina.
Yeah, that's a neat state.
Yeah. And like I said, my whole thing is because my son, who is in Army right now,
Okay.
wants property, he don't want to live, he wants to make sure there's water nearby so they can go fishing and boat and all that stuff, and no people.
Yep, that's how I am. I feel the same way.
And I said I'd start looking, and then because he's in the military, so that's perfect for getting property because there's no down payment.
Yep. Yeah, that's awesome. I did see somebody over here said, is Backwoods Mindset from Ohio as well? Yes, I am.
Yep.
And that's okay. Stand up. I mean, people miss it sometimes. But yeah, no, I am from Ohio. I'm from pretty much the most north you can get.
Yeah.
In Ohio. I'm like dead up there. So I can throw a rock and hit Lake Erie pretty much. Let's see here. Susie D says she's got ice on roads. Winter warning. Thousands have already lost power. That's no good.
Yeah. Yeah, I heard Michigan's getting hit, right? Well, because I've got a few people up there that I know from YouTube, and they sent me warnings of, and I freaked out because I thought it was my weather, because they sent it the same time I was looking at the weather, and it popped up, and I'm like, what the heck? It was supposed to be 70 degrees tomorrow.
Yeah. Well, that's what my phone does that too. From when I was in Oklahoma, it saved my locations.
Oh,
so it's like I'll be sitting there sometimes and I'll look at it and I'll be like, what? I'm like, tornado warning. And I'm like, it's beautiful outside. And then I'll look and it will say, Catoosa, Oklahoma, or Tulsa, or,
yeah.
Like, oh, okay. Let's see here. Yeah, it says Southwest Washington, snow and power just came back on. Wow.
Yeah. I don't mind so much when power goes unless it's a heat wave.
Yeah.
I don't mind so much when power goes out in the summertime. Or I mean, I just don't like it in the winter.
Yeah. Yeah. I
did lose power this summer because a tree.
Oh, did you? Yeah, we lost. I was actually, and I think you know who Vineyard Farmhouse is, right?
Yeah.
Have you seen? Okay. Yeah. So he actually I was on 12 Stones Ranch just live too. He had me on for a minute, but that was like the last one that I was a guest on his live. And the night I was supposed to do it, we didn't. It was the heat wave and everybody was running their air conditioners and we lost power for like 2 days. So I ended up having to drive up to Walmart and do it from the Walmart parking lot. So I had enough light so people could see me, but thank God for Walmart and allowing me to do lives from the parking lot, because I've done a numerous amount.
Yeah, our Walmart over here blocks a lot of stuff. So
oh yeah,
their Wi-Fi, yeah,
huh?
They're skimpy on theirs over there.
Yeah. So when I was in Oklahoma visiting Jason and Jared, that's where we used to go to upload our videos. We would go there every day. We'd go and everybody would get into Walmart. All of us would be standing there with their phones. We'd hit the buttons to upload everything. And then we would just walk around the inside of Walmart until it downloaded. But if you need to upload something and you can, Walmart uploads super fast. Like you can upload super fast at Walmart. Well, most Walmarts. I don't know how yours is, but I've had a lot of good luck uploading stuff at Walmart.
Yeah, that would be really hard for me because I hate my phone. I'd have to carry around a laptop or something to upload.
Oh yeah. Yeah. Well, now I'm not recording with my phone so much because I got decent cameras now and stuff. So I haven't been using my phone for all that much, but sometimes I kind of miss doing it, just the simplicity of it.
Oh yeah, it's a lot easier but usually I'll take my stuff off the phone and put it on my computer.
Oh yeah.
Just to do the editing and stuff because I hate using that little thing.
Oh yeah. Well, what software are you using?
For editing, I use Cyberlink's Power Director.
Okay, that's what I use too. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I like it a lot. For the price, everything that you get with it.
Oh yeah.
Did you do the whole package with like the photo editor and all that stuff?
Not quite.
Okay. Yeah, see, I ended up doing the whole thing and I've been using it for like 3 weeks now and it's like nonstop learning.
Oh yeah. It's
constant.
Probably one of the best ones that I've ever used. I've used some real expensive ones.
Yeah.
There's Acid. It sounds weird, but that's the name of it's a really high price one. It's like in the $6,000 and $7,000 range editing.
Oh, wow.
But if you've never edited a video before, you're lost.
Okay. Yeah,
there's so much stuff in there. Yeah. But like I said, Power Director is real easy to learn how to edit stuff.
Well, and that for anybody that might be thinking about starting a channel, on that using that software, they actually have great how-to videos, like walkthroughs and stuff that's right on. Like you can just click on it and it will take you to the video or the explanation. And there's some good YouTube videos too,
where people who have the software make little like intros and stuff that you can download and edit to your liking and use them that way.
Yeah, I keep finding all sorts of stuff. The one thing I've been using, I actually used it on my last video, the one that came out today, to show the blueprints that I was working on, was the screen recording, which is awesome. Being able to record whatever's on the screen, and it sounds amazing. It just it was great. But yeah, no, that's a really really neat program, and it's affordable. That's the thing that got me was
because a lot of them you have to pay a big price up front.
Yeah.
And isn't it like so much a month now?
I think it's like $8 a month or something.
Yeah. Mine is an older version to where it's at the time I think it went for $299 or $399.
Okay.
I didn't pay for it, but yeah. I still have it. So.
Yeah. I did, like, they have like discount codes you can get and stuff. So I think it's like $60 a year or something.
Yeah.
That's with Power Director, Photo Director, Audio Director, like all the business essentials, like whatever it is, like it's everything that they have. It's for $60 a month. You can't beat it. And it's like the other programs I was using when I was like editing on my phone. Because for a long time, I like edited on my phone. Between using Canva and paying for that, that was like $20 a month. So it's like I just saved myself a bunch of money, switching over to it. Now let's see here. Video Guru is free too, says Ginger Ninja.
Yeah. Yeah, there is a lot of free ones out there. Especially nowadays. It used to
Yeah.
be really hard to find some good things for, you know, when I'm doing the face thing up here and not outside or something, I just use my OBS to record with.
Okay. All right.
It's just easier.
Oh, I'm sure.
I have a bunch of different software for that too, but I end up using the simplest thing.
Of course.
It's the easiest.
That's what I went through and tried out a bunch of different ones before I picked it. And this was by far, I thought it was the most simplest to use, but
Oh
I keep
yeah.
finding new stuff every time I'm on. I'm like, I
Yeah.
didn't know I could do this. Like I accidentally do it. And then I'm like,
Yeah.
I didn't know I could do that. And it looks, it's awesome.
Yeah, and they have like the transitions.
Mhm.
They have pre-made transitions in most of the other software you have to make those.
Oh yeah. Yeah. That's what, I mean, they have tons of stuff and then all the extras that you can download and
Yeah.
yeah, it's really neat. But yeah, I highly suggest that.
Um, now back to your fishing because you do quite a bit of fishing live streams and whatnot.
Yes. Yeah, that's my favorite to do is my fishing live streams.
Yeah, so you can actually see his lives coming up and be out there with him fishing.
Yeah, and right now because of the weather, it's kind of goofy when we do get out. Usually,
Yeah,
especially because I'm a cat fisherman. So the nice thing about when you're live with me when I'm catfishing is you have a lot of time to sit there and talk with me while I'm not catching
yeah,
because I'm going for, and this is what I usually have to explain because people are like, you're not catching anything. I am going for massive catfish. I'm using whole fish with a hook,
bluegill.
bluegill, and it's like, so you're only going to catch big cats.
Yeah,
So I catch them, but I'm not personally going out to try to catch 10 a night. That's not my goal. I'm going out to catch a 70, 80, 90, 100 pound catfish.
yeah,
So, but you know what? And that's the thing. And I guess I like doing the lives and like doing the fishing one because I like the community. I like being able to talk to people, get to know them. I think most people know that know me or have watched any of my stuff or if you look at my comments underneath my video, which I haven't touched today, but if you look at the old ones, I try to respond to every single comment.
yeah.
I try to read as much as I can in the live chat when I can. Sometimes it gets ridiculous and it's
Oh
hard to
yeah,
do. But I do always try to respond, whether it's email, Facebook message, anything, any of my other social
yeah,
medias, because I got my TikTok, I got my Instagram, I got my Facebook, all for Backwoods Mindset. So, but I try to talk to everybody because I genuinely care. I like talking to people.
yeah.
So it's for me, it's fun. I'm a salesman is my profession. So I like talking,
Yeah,
that's the main
I've
thing.
done that probably a good bit of my life is sell stuff.
Yeah.
I've sold all kinds of stuff.
Oh
When
yeah.
I was in Arizona, I sold screens, solar screens that would reduce the heat that gets in your apartment.
Oh, okay.
And my job was to go door to door and get the other guy, which was another salesman, to finish the deal. So my job was to get the big guy in there to do the deal. And at that time, which it was a lot of money,
Yeah.
you got every time you got somebody in there, you automatically got $100, and then a commission off of whatever they sold.
Wow. That's a
So
good deal.
yeah, the only problem is if you didn't do a good job, you didn't make anything. So
Oh yeah. Yeah.
um,
Well, I know right now I'm in commercial painting is what I'm doing. So when they're building new buildings, office buildings, and remodeling stuff. I have to go and I read blueprints and I measure everything out and then have to give the quote.
Yeah.
And I'm doing big. Like I haven't sold anything yet.
Industrial places.
Yeah,
Yeah.
because it's like it takes forever. But it's like I put a quote in the other day. It was a $1.4 million quote for painting.
Ooh.
Yeah. And then, of course, I get a percentage, but it's that job would take forever. So it'd be over time,
Oh,
you'd get
yeah.
paid out on it if I was to get it. But I think I'm up against like 5 or 6 other companies.
Yeah.
So, and you know how sales goes. All it takes is one guy that wants to lowball it, and
Oh,
you're
yeah.
done. You're done. You're out of it.
Yeah.
And there's always somebody. And I did say somebody said that that you've never steered them wrong. I saw that one up here. It was Al Bundy said that you never steer them wrong. Salesman is a salesman, I guess. Yeah, that's true, man.
Yeah.
Salesmen are. I'm not a. I've never been in the slimy side of the
Oh, yeah.
sales. I've always been more of the upfront, honest. I like to have people to come back. I like getting return customers. So.
Yeah. I would hate to, even I've sold cars, and
Mhm.
if I didn't think the car was worth anything, I never, even the bosses get mad at me. I said, no, I'm not selling that. Get it fixed or something. Because if not, it's just going to come back anyway.
Little lone prepper over here said, my son could sell fleas to a dog. Oh, yeah, that's what I sold used cars. I did that for a minute, and I quit because the place
Mhm.
was so slimy.
Yeah.
It was bad. It was
You
bad
get
what they were doing.
if you get a bad one, bad owner, yeah, they just want to. They'll buy these cars really cheap and put a fancy shine on them and then put them out the door, and then they're coming back the next week saying how bad the vehicle was. Oh, no returns, and yeah, I don't like that.
Yeah, no, um I've seen a lot of that happen. And before, what actually got me into selling cars was I worked at a body shop. I painted cars for a while, and I was like, why am I doing this when I could sell them? Like, I can make a lot more
Yeah,
money and not have to work real hard.
yeah,
And I got into it, but the one company that I ended up going and selling for, everything was mud. They bondoed everything. It was everything.
oh,
There was no prep. There was nothing to it. They would slap Bondo over it, paint it, and get it out. But
yeah,
yeah, it's unfortunate, but that's what. Always do your research.
oh yeah,
Now it's harder with some of the vehicles being aluminum, but it's like I used to tell people take a magnet with you.
plastic.
Take a magnet with you and see if the magnet sticks. You'll know if there's Bondo on the side of a vehicle because if you go over it with the magnet's going to fall right off.
Yeah.
One of the
So
easiest ways to figure it out.
what's the biggest catfish you've caught?
72-pound flathead was
72
the big,
pounds.
and that was in Ohio. That was out in Maumee River, which I was telling you before is out by Toledo,
Yeah.
Toledo, Indiana, going up to Michigan, over in that area. So it was a 72-pound flathead. That was almost 6 years ago. Since then, I've caught a bunch of 30s and 40 pounds, but that one I wasn't prepared for it at all. But it was a nice surprise. It was a nice surprise to get that.
Yeah. I actually caught it. Well, I didn't catch it. I seen it. That's
Mhm.
about as close. Um, I was really dumb at the time. Um, I was it was said to be a two-person raft, but it was more like a one person and my legs hanging over the side. And I had a nice big pole out there, and I had a good sized bluegill on that thing, and I figured I'd just float down and relax. And pretty soon, and I had a alternator for a anchor.
Oh, okay.
And I'm floating down there. All of a sudden, bang! It hits the pole, and I give it a little jerk, and I'm start reeling this thing in. I'm not feeling anything yet, and all of a sudden, wham! It
Yep.
it dove or something, and the pole was sitting on the end of the raft, and it was actually starting to fill up with water, the raft, and we're starting to move, and it's actually going upstream
Okay.
and pulling me along. So I'm dropping this anchor, and I dropped the anchor. When I did this, it started putting the raft into the water.
Oh, no kidding.
So I cut the line, and the line of the anchor. So I'm getting pulled around, and I finally got it up so high to where I could see it, and it did something to where it rolled and
Okay.
hit my little raft, which went
Wow.
shh, and I'm like, "Oh crap, what am I gonna do?" And my only thing was cut the line.
What
I was
what
so
what
mad.
what river were you in?
Miskingham down
Oh,
by
yeah.
McConnellsville.
Okay. Yeah. What is that? Lock 3? Is that what that is over there?
Yeah, they call it something, but I can't remember what it
Yeah.
is.
No, I know what you're talking about. I was down there last year. Last summer I was
Yeah.
down there. We went down and fished. Yeah, they got there's some big fish
Oh yeah.
down there. Big fish.
Yeah, and that thing was huge.
Oh yeah.
And at that point, I'm like, there's no way if I got it up in the boat, he's gonna just tear the raft completely up.
Oh, I'm sure. No, what do you know? Was it a flathead? Was it a channel?
It looked like a flathead.
Looked like a flathead?
Yeah.
That's cool.
Um, but as soon as because I didn't want my pole to go in the water either, so I cut the line, and I swim back to shore. As I watched my 2-person raft go underwater.
Just it sank it. It did got the Titanic.
Yeah.
Let's see here.
If you
Sandra
guys
Booty.
have any questions for Maddie up here, go ahead and ask away.
Yeah.
Just do question, or you can do caps, whatever gets her attention.
Now I need to know because I saw Sandra Moody says, "Hey everyone, I've missed. I'm listening and cooking. You can't just say you're cooking. We need to know exactly what you're cooking." I would love. I that's one thing I love when people are in my live chats is when they're talking about food,
Oh yeah.
and it's like because we do that 7 o'clock live. My lives are Monday at 7,
Yeah.
and which I'm thinking about changing to 8, but a lot of the people that watch me in um, Oklahoma and Texas, I'm getting
They're they're
that's
they're
six
eating.
o'clock. They're eating, so it's their
Yeah.
dinner time. So they're talking about what they're eating, and they always give me ideas of new stuff.
Yeah.
How did his stream morph into family stream? I kind of heard some of that. Yeah. So it started off hunting and fishing. And this is funny. I actually got really nervous about doing hunting videos
Yeah. I
and
understand why.
getting demonetized. And I was like, so I'll go out, and I didn't do much at all this year just because I lost my job. It was just didn't make sense. I did go out and hunt a little bit, but I did it to relax. But I will go out. You just got to be so careful with what you film.
Oh yeah.
And it always
And
was kind of a
what you
family vlog.
show.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it always was kind of a family vlog, but it just grew from there. Like we started doing little things, and then people liked it, and I was like, okay, let's do a little bit of that. So, and then it just turned into everything. And in Ohio, and you can relate, sometimes in the winter, it's hard to get decent
Oh
outdoors
yeah.
video done. Because it's like my GoPro, I'm out there for 20 minutes, that battery's dead. It's
Yeah, that's what
gone.
sucks about
It's toast.
in phones rather
Yeah.
now.
Yeah. Yeah. It doesn't matter. What fish do you like to eat the most? How cooked? Perch. Grilled
Perch.
perch. Yeah. Grilled perch. I
Oh,
love perch.
you were down there in crappie land though.
Mhm. Yeah.
Crappie is
Well,
real
you know
real
what?
good.
Walleye too. Walleye and perch are probably my two because I got the lake right there. So it's let's see here. What is your bait and technique of choice for river fishing? Bluegills all day long. I always use bluegills. And technique, I guess you're asking. It's rod and reel. I use bait casting reels. That would be the way that I fish. Um,
Heavy duty poles for catfish because they're big ones.
yeah, yeah, that's what I have. I use good equipment. I use Abu Garcia reels. And then the rods I use, I like they're not real expensive, but I use ugly sticks. Um, the catfish rods that they have. Use bluegill. Let's see, we use bluegill for bait. Yep, suburban hillbilly. That's what we do.
Oh yeah.
What is the backwoods mindset? So I grew up in the country and ended up marrying my wife. We bought a house in the city, and but that's why I head out all the time. It's keeping my mind in the woods is what it is, and wanting to get back to it. And that's a lot of the family. I guess the family vlog is part of the adventure of getting back to that. My kids are also very big outdoorsy people. They're
Which is
straight A.
good.
They're straight A students. They're my channel's a clean channel. It's always clean. It's family
Yeah.
friendly. Anybody could go on there and watch it and not be offended ever. Well, there might be some political stuff from back, but I try to make it family friendly for everybody to get a
Depends
good laugh.
how woke the person is, I
Yeah,
guess.
yeah. I mean, so people can always be offended by something. So,
Yeah.
let's. Oh, I missed Sandra Moody's answer. She said chiclet BLT tortilla wraps. Chicken is marinated in Dale's low sodium onion and garlic powder, then sliced for wraps. That sounds delicious.
Yeah, that
That
sounds
sounds
good.
really good. Um, let's see here. I'm just looking. I hope I'm not missing any. I'm trying to. Your chat moves kind of fast. You get it going. People like talking in your chat here.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, but that's I think that's a lot of people's question is how it ended up going into the family vlog, and I think it just made more sense to me. I've had some bigger channels that I think a lot of people watch, and I'm not going to name them just out of respect for them. But what they've told me is to not get stuck in one thing. They're like, if you're going to do it, vlog. You can do your other activities and stuff too, but vlog.
Yeah.
They're like, don't get stuck because eventually financially it will destroy you.
Oh
If you
yeah.
try to do too much.
Yeah.
If you try
I've
to
learned
build.
a lot from Jason
Oh yeah.
because well, I've actually had his one of his number one haters, I guess.
Hmm.
Because I did a when I first got my channel back, I tagged him in the video because everybody is wanting to know how I got started and stuff,
Okay.
and I did a little you know how I got started and
I'm
whatnot,
pretty sure I'm pretty sure I saw it. Yeah.
and I tagged him in it, and that guy came over and says, he started bad mouthing Jason and this and that, and ended up removing him.
Okay.
But I got a kick out of how Jason did. He left. He didn't remove him. He just whenever it's the dogma guy or whatever it was, something with dog in
Oh,
it.
oh, I know who you're talking about.
Yeah,
Yeah, man, I mean, we could go on, and we don't need to get into
yeah.
that, but there's people out there, and I'll say this: they they don't even know. They don't even know what they're mad about. They don't know
Oh
what
yeah.
they don't like. They don't know the people. They assume everything. Um, I've made many mistakes trying to reason with haters.
Hmm.
Um, and it happens. And it's just inevitable that's going to happen. Now, oddly enough, I'll say this new year, I haven't had any. For the past almost 3 months now, I haven't had one.
Well,
I
that's what
haven't
I
had a
said.
comment. Yeah, it's
It's
weird.
90, probably 99% of the people are great people that are in my chat and watch my videos, and it's that 1%, and
Yep.
you just have to concentrate on the 99 and don't worry about the 1%.
Yeah, and that's the thing. You really you can't. You can't worry about that 1%.
Mhm.
It's easier as you grow and the bigger you get to not worry about that 1%.
Yeah.
It really is. But it's still, being human, stuff can get to you.
Oh yeah.
You know,
If you're sitting there when you first start out and it's like, oh man, I don't know if I want to do this,
yeah.
and then if you get past that hump of that 1%.
I'll say so the one thing, and I'll warn everybody about, I say all the time. All the time. I try to stop saying in my videos, but it happens all the time. It is what it is. And it's funny because when I go live, it's not so bad. It's when I'm doing my videos that I start umming it up. And I've literally put out, I think I'm close to 700 videos that I have out between
Mhm.
videos and lives. I think I'm about 700.
I would probably have that many, but um, last year I had got in trouble with YouTube
Okay.
and they demonetized me. So I had to figure out which video offended them.
Okay.
So for 6 months, I was deleting a lot of my videos until I found the one that,
The one that
yeah,
yeah,
and they
that,
don't tell you. Uh, anyway, um, and then I had to go through all those videos, and unfortunately, I probably should go back and start doing the same stuff I did before.
yeah, then I see stand up Humboldt said that, yeah, I put a post it after my first stream, stop saying and yeah, well, I've put out 700 and I still do it regularly. So it's something that's stuck with me and it's almost my thing. So I just kind of just roll with it.
Yeah, making videos, it's a lot different than live stream because on a video, you have to watch the stuff that you say because it can come back to bite you because of YouTube.
Well, you can get,
So
yeah, it triggers stuff real quick,
yeah,
real
you have
quick.
to be careful what you say, and sometimes yeah, that word.
Yeah.
It-
Yeah, or I'll be that's probably the only time that I say on a live is if I'm reading a comment and I'm trying not to read the comment, but I want to respond to everybody. So I'm
yeah,
trying to figure out a way to respond to something that might have not have been should have been said or how to handle that. But even that's gone away. I haven't had a problem with that in a long time.
yeah.
I
It's
also
just
had to put my foot down at one point too. So the foot had to come down because of something somebody was saying, but it got handled and they apologized and it was okay. So
now, you kids excited for going into the wilderness and living
Oh yeah. Yeah,
country life?
that's what we're so my son's friend, like his best friend has a ton of property. His parents do, and they go over it all the time. That's just my kids' natural, like they just like being outside.
That's
That's just who they are.
that's not
Uh,
normal nowadays too. That's
you know, I'm not normal, and that's what it comes down to. Is I've always, fishing. The whole family, will go. There's a lot of times when I do my live streams, and you won't see my kids, you won't see my wife because I'm out there in the middle of the night, and they're sleeping. Like it's
yeah.
just, but we do daytime fishing stuff with the family where they'll go out but when I go and do my catfishing at night, it's usually me and my buddy. We're out in the middle of nowhere, and even though my kids love the outdoors, some of the areas that we fish to get down to, I'm not comfortable. Even though my kids are teenagers, I'm not comfortable
Yeah.
about them trying to get down it because it's dangerous. I've been doing it for 15 years, so I know
Yeah.
how to do it. But having my daughter, who's a peanut, having her take a tumble down would not be fun. So,
Oh yeah.
has Maddie met the odd individual known as Jeff Bear?
Yeah, he's the one that usually does that. I do my Tuesdays
Yeah.
live with me
hmm
and Jeff. Yeah.
Let's see here. Lots of us are Insomniac Club too. Yeah, that's what it's. I just like fishing at night.
Oh yeah.
And it's like my little bit of a break too. I work
Yeah.
all week, and it's like I spend a ton of time with my family when I'm home.
Even if you don't catch anything, it's a
That
chill time.
that's what I go out when they're sleeping. That's when I go out and do my fishing. I get it done, and let's see here.
Oh, here's the guy that loves to fish with the bobber.
Oh, there you go. Hey, I use I never was big into bobbers, but one of the
He's
guys,
not either.
yeah. Oh,
Well, I
I,
tease him.
so okay, but here's what I did. So somebody made me a float out of a pool noodle, and I absolutely love it. I love it when I'm moving. It
Oh,
helps keep the bait up. It's really nice. The first time I ever used one, it was really neat. He made them himself. And he actually doesn't live far from me either. That was the funny thing. He started watching me on YouTube, and I was fishing one night, and he's like, he was being respectful, and he was like, "I know where you're fishing at." And I was like, "Oh, that's cool." He's like, "Yeah." He's like, "I don't actually live far." And he ended up emailing me afterwards, and we were chatting and stuff. But he made them for me and messaged me while I was live one night, and he goes, "Hey, do you care if I bring these down to you? I made you a present." And I come down, and he brought me a bunch of these floats. I'm like, "Dude, that's awesome." So I'm trying to I got to pick some time for me and him because I want to do a video with him fishing. But yeah, he was super nice guy. Brought me those floats, and I really like it. It's not a bobber, but bobbers are good when fishing for bait fish. So I don't use them when I'm fishing for bait fish. I
yeah, I just
yeah, sometimes I hand line it. Like
yeah.
I'll just put some line and a hook around and just sit there and just pop the bluegills up. My kids like using bobbers for bait fish, and they always outfish me every time my kids are with me. I do great when I'm by myself. When they're out with me, they school me every single time. So yeah, my daughter's an excellent angler. My son is too. They really get into it, but that's what they've been exposed to. And that's the
That's
thing.
good.
Like it all depends on what you expose your children to, and
Yeah.
who they're around too. That has a lot too. My kids go to a very small Christian school, so
Yeah.
you,
You can tell the difference.
and their principal. I talked to her the one time. She actually used to her family when she was a kid. They made their own clothes. So I mean, it just like there's and a lot of the kids that they go to school with, that their families are the same. They have the same mindset
Yeah.
that it's which is awesome. You know, like I find that super cool that people
Oh
would make
yeah.
their own clothes, you know? Like I wish I could do that, but like me as a person, I couldn't sit down and I just couldn't do it.
Oh
I don't have
no.
the patience for that. It surprises me that I have the patience to sit there and catfish. I can't
Oh,
imagine trying to make my own clothes.
I've tried to do, and I know how to spool the thread in and all that stuff.
Mhm.
But if something goes wrong and trying to get that thing all lined up and everything, I'll pick that thing up and throw it through a window.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, well, that's what like, I know the basics.
Yeah.
I just couldn't do it. You know, like, if I had to do it, I could figure it out and I could do it. I know enough. But, you know, especially having dogs and puppies, you know, you gotta know how to resew stuff.
Yeah. Craig, we have the big deer up here, not them little scrawny ones down in Louisiana.
Yeah, so I do hunt deer. I do whitetail. I haven't gotten one in the past 2 years. I've had some really bad luck. I missed one last year and I got it on video when I missed it, and I literally missed it. I mean, like by a hair, like by a hair. As soon as he heard, he popped back and it went right in front of him as soon as he jumped backwards, took off, and it happens. It happens. That's why they call it hunting, right? And not catching.
Yeah.
It's
I haven't been hunting at all. And this was my younger days when I used to live in down in McConnellsville area. We went deer hunting, but it could have been at nighttime.
okay.
I'll put it that way. Um, and we didn't hunt normal way, but
Yeah.
it, it's it's just the way it was back then.
Oh yeah. Things are
I'll just
things
leave
are
it at
different
that.
now. No, I know. Things are different.
Nowadays, yeah, we'd go get the license and the tags and all the 9 yards.
So Ragnar Adventures, I exclusively bow hunt is what I do. So I have a Barnett compound bow, and then I also have a Barnett crossbow that I use. I just my thing is like I love guns too, but my thing is like when I go out hunting, I like the difficulty of it.
Yeah,
Like I'm the person that wants to make everything hard. Like everything I do, I want to do the hard way.
more
That's what my
challenge,
mom that's what
more
my mom used to
challenging
always
to
say.
it.
Yeah, my mom's like, "You always your whole life, you always did everything the hard way." And that's just the way it is. I do love bows. It's just my favorite. It's my favorite.
Yeah, I never did the bow thing. I did because you have to do slugs here. You
Yeah.
can't rifle. It all has to be slugs.
Okay.
And yeah, I went hunting with a shotgun the one time and didn't see anything, but when I did, it was with a 22
Oh yeah.
back in the day.
Yeah, that's what
You're not allowed to do that now, but
yeah, with the squirrels.
yeah.
Yep. Let's see. Compound now, but might get a crossbow pistol soon. Oh, that's cool. Those are fun. My little brother has one of those crossbow pistols.
Yeah, I've got
Yeah,
one hanging up there.
yeah, those are pretty neat. I think he got it. Where did he get it at? Maybe Rural King. I think it was Rural King. He picked it up.
Yeah.
They had it on sale. You know, it wasn't all that bad.
Yeah, actually you can actually set those up to fish with them too.
Oh
Uh,
yeah. Oh yeah.
put a
Yeah.
fishing rod up on top of it and
I see. That's something I've never done. I've never done bow fishing,
yeah.
and I think it looks exciting, and I would love to try it eventually. But yeah, and Hoyts are great. I saw that comment somewhere. I don't know where it went. Oh, right here, Ragnar Adventures. Yeah, Hoyts are great. They're very awesome bows. Then I have a bear compound bow too. I totally forgot that I have, but I have a bear as well.
So what all have you hunted?
So I'm mostly, well, back in the day, and I haven't in a long time. I used to hunt geese, um, years and years ago. My friend's dad had property, and we would go out, we'd goose hunt all the time. Deer, squirrel, um, rabbit. That's about it. Oh, I turkey hunted once. There just aren't a whole lot of wild turkey around me, so it's kind of
Yeah.
like I gave it a shot, but I just felt like I was wasting money, like on buying tags for turkey. Like
Yeah. You have to go on dirt roads
yeah, yeah. I'm like,
to get to turkey. I'll just leave it that way because
now when I haven't been hunting for wild turkey, that's when I've seen them.
yeah, you see them all crossing the road all the
Yeah,
time
yeah, but yeah.
because they know it's not
Agent J
turkey season.
Agent J says I hunt tacos. That is also, I love tacos.
Oh, you'd
I
fit
do.
in with him.
I love some tacos. So
He
that was
door
actually,
dashes tacos all the time.
oh yeah. We did barbecue beef tonight for dinner, but it was a toss up in between tacos and barbecue beef, but we ended up going with barbecue beef. So let's see. I got a recurve bow fish rig. Oh, that's cool. That's neat.
Oh,
I'm gonna do it eventually. I'm gonna end up doing some bow fishing.
yeah, I wouldn't mind getting into that. Of course, there's a lot of places that you won't be able to see the fish in Ohio. That
Oh yeah.
unfortunately, because there's not too much clean rivers nowadays. But there's some ponds that you can get some pretty good size fish out of.
Oh, I'm sure. I'm sure. Yeah.
Uh, the people I watched, they go to Florida and they're in Alabama and Georgia area, and their rivers are nice and crystal clear and stuff. You can see them from, and they use bows, and I'm envious of it, the clear water.
I know. I know. That's what it's really difficult up here.
Yeah,
Even up here, it's difficult. And it's just we have a lot of muddy, like up north, the northern part, like it's all mud. Well, we have the Rocky River, which is in my neck of the woods, but it's still pretty muddy. But that's where we have all the steelhead that come
yeah.
through is over there. They got a group down here. Oh, that went away. As a hell diver,
So,
spearfishing.
as far as your channel,
Yes.
what are some of the things that you have planned ahead of time? And
Well, like I kind of,
not talking about the giveaway yet, because I'll let you get into the giveaway in a bit.
okay. So, coming up, I'm just trying to get through the winter. I got some comedy stuff. I'm hoping I have some really funny stuff that's going to be coming. That's going to be coming up. That I've been working on here or there. I'm trying out a couple new things, which are going to be a surprise. Actually, the video that's coming out tomorrow is one of the new things that I'm trying out. And I'm not going to tell. You got to see it. But I've never done it before. It's like my first video. It's going to be about an hour long. It's right now. I still have to add to it. I haven't finished it yet. I'm going to finish it tonight. And it will be out tomorrow afternoon. But right now it's at 54 minutes long.
Wow.
So it's a little bit longer, but it's a little bit different than what I've done in the past. And a lot of it had to do with the new software and trying out new things with the editing software.
Yeah.
Like I said, I just got it recently, so that's something. We're going to be doing a lot more fishing and looking for property. We're going to be pretty much full blown looking for property, but I'm not going to overdo it with property videos. They'll put out here and there. I want to try to keep everything evened out than just having like a big block of all we're doing is looking at property. It's going to get old. Nobody wants to watch me
Yeah.
walk around property for.
I do the same thing. Like
Yeah.
I went out a couple days ago to look at property. I didn't film or anything. I just went out and looked at it and whatnot.
Yeah. Yeah.
Because I
So,
was more concerned about, you know, the chemicals than anything.
oh yeah. Yeah. Well, that's what you're closer than I am. I got,
Yeah.
still got some distance between me, but no, definitely. Craig DeHunter says, can you drop Maddie's link?
It's at the top of chat. It's pinged at the top.
Oh, and it's right there too.
Plus, if the mod hits explanation guest, it'll pop up too.
Yeah, it just did it right underneath. Yep. Look at that. Well, and I want to thank everybody that I've seen them coming in as I've been sitting here, the new people subscribing, and I really appreciate it. And if you have a channel, I always make it a point to go and watch what other people are doing too. And I that's something, and I think, you know, Bushcraft family, I think you know this, man, that like you got to support the people that are helping support you. You know, it comes full circle. You know, and I've seen it, you know, just from like after I lost my job, I had a downtime for a while and I wasn't doing what I was doing before, and I could see the difference. Like I could see, like I felt bad that I wasn't doing what I should have been doing. And people were laughing the other night because they were sitting there, because I've been going back and trying to respond to comments that I didn't see from like 5 months ago. And they're like, Maddie, I had 50 updates that you responded to comments over like and they were from like 6 months ago. And I'm like, yeah, but I'm like, I made a promise.
YouTube does that.
I'm like, I made a promise that I'm going to respond to everybody. And that's exactly what I was doing. So I was going back to respond, and I try to do it in a timely fashion, but it doesn't always work that way.
I'll get comments on a video that I done like 3 months ago.
Yeah.
And it'll be like, I never seen them.
Oh yeah.
YouTube just doesn't show me them.
Yeah. That's what I started going in and I started looking, and I try to keep up on it. I screw up every once in a while. I'm human. I got my failures. That's one thing I never try to hide. When I screw up, I'm the first person to admit I screwed up. There ain't no reason to hide anything, you know. I've made mistakes. I've forgotten things. You know, I make promises, and sometimes they go out the window, but it bothers me, and I try to fix it. You know, it's just stuff gets busy.
Life happens.
Well, and this isn't my whole, doing YouTube isn't my whole life. You know, I work a full-time job and got the kids and wife, and it's like I'm running around with like a chicken with my head cut off most of the time. But I've been trying to read the comments over here too, and sorry if anybody asked anything that I may have missed. I've been trying to, but you guys have been just kind of going with the chat, just going with it. It's just rolling. Shift Kicker says, I have hunting and ice fishing on my channel. Oh, that's cool. So I'm completely afraid to ice fish. So, but I like watching people ice fish. I'm just afraid to do it. So that's,
yeah, I was thinking about doing it next week, John, if that's a good day. This time next week, getting another guest up for next week.
There you go.
And I get a lot of people asking me, why do I? Because it doesn't make any difference if you have 100 subs or 100,000 subs. If I enjoy watching that person, their lives or their videos, I'll ask them. And if I can help somebody get a couple more subs, that's all the better.
Oh, no, and that's the thing, because there might be somebody that it's just like, I plan on having you on, and it's like there might be some people that watch me that have never seen you before, or, and vice versa. And it goes for everybody, though. Or somebody might end up finding a channel that they didn't know existed, and they end up loving it. You know, it's
yeah. And there's a somebody I had, like, I think it was about 3 weeks ago. Kyle, I can't remember his name of his channel. It's Cryptic something another,
okay.
but kind of reminds me because I liked your map, and I
Yeah.
had him up on my channel, and he had like maybe 500 subs at the time.
Okay.
Now he's up over 1,000 now. Not, I'm not
Oh, that's
saying I did it, but
no, but that's
yeah.
that. I mean, you know, things happen though.
And it
Things
has
happen.
nothing to do with bushcrafting or prepping or anything like that. It's because I've done ghost hunting stuff before.
Well,
I
that's what
used
I
to.
actually. Well, you know that I have another channel. I actually have two other channels.
Oh no.
So I actually have a ghost hunting channel.
Oh really?
Now it's kind of been in the startup like process on something that we've been working on, and there hasn't been anything posted in like over a month, but that's going to be changing. But then I also have the Buck and Barb After Dark, which is the comedy channel
Oh yeah, I
with my
know that
alter
one.
egos. Yeah, with
Yeah.
me and Carrie from Outdoor Adventures with Carrie Oak. Yeah, so we got that one. But yeah, I have that ghost hunting channel too. I don't talk about it a whole lot because some of my subscribers don't care for it too much. So
Yeah, I have all the ghost hunting stuff.
I don't have them on my desk.
The
Oh, there's
digital recorders
I
and
don't
all
know if
that
you can
stuff.
see back there. I got a cat ball sitting back on the top
Oh.
of the. It's right over there. It's right next. There's a hacky sack, and it's like right next to the hacky sack. But I got them like back here too. But yeah, no, I got some stuff. But that's what I've been just working on some stuff.
Yeah,
So, but I'm
that's
gonna
what it
do.
is.
I'm kind of going over
Cryptic
like
connections, that's it.
cryptic connections. Okay, so I'm gonna have to check that out.
Yeah, he goes over Bigfoot stories and stuff
Oh,
like
that's
that,
cool.
and
That's definitely cool.
he does live streams where he goes out
Mhm.
for a walk in the woods and stuff.
Oh, that's awesome. I like that. I like stuff like that. It's like
Yeah,
even when people don't believe in it though, it's still fun. Like that's the thing about that. Like it can be fun whether you believe in it or not.
yeah,
You can have a good time with it.
and, when I did it before, I did have a channel, but I took it down because I was getting single women
Mhm.
were contacting me to go get rid of the ghost in their house,
Oh, okay.
and yeah, I'll just leave it at that, and it was it was not the right thing.
Why do they want to get rid of ghosts? Why do they want to? That's not right. You don't. They were there first.
Um, but yeah, I kinda 'cause I put ads, to go in in their hotels and
Mhm.
different buildings and stuff and see if I could find anything, or they say, "Well, there's this and that," and, one place I went into said they hear something, it makes a "woo" noise
Yeah.
through the night, and I walk up to the wall and you could hear the bees inside the wall, and I'm saying, that's bees. You got a beehive in your
You
wall.
gotta be. Yeah.
There's no ghosts. It's just bees."
Yeah. There's all sorts of honey just dripping through the walls and get all these smells. I don't know what they are.
But I like the your map has all kinds of locations of
Oh, it has
haunted places
everything.
and
It has.
Bigfoot sightings.
Yeah, I got that at half price books, and it was like a buck 99. It was
Yeah.
super cheap, and I was in there, and I'm like, oh my gosh, I'm like, I need that. I'm like, it's so cool. What I want to do is I want to take it down, and I want to smooth it out, and then I want to get it framed.
Yeah.
Is what I want
That'd
to do.
probably be good too.
Yeah, yeah, because that's a cool one. I mean, it's big too. It's what
Or
three?
make a copy of it, and that way you can, um, pinpoint, put
Put the
a
little.
thumbtack on there
Oh
where
yeah,
you visited.
oh yeah, yeah. Have you ever been to the reformatory?
Almost got in there and then was canceled.
Yeah, that's what I want to. That's what I want to do real bad is the reformatory.
That's like one of the main ones in Ohio. It's
Oh, everybody goes to the reformatory.
yeah,
People come from out of state to go to the reformatory.
yeah. I know. Oh crap! Now I can't remember her name. Chris. I know her first name. Can't remember her last name now. From Ghost Hunters.
Oh,
The
okay.
old,
Yeah, I know
old
who you're
Ghost
talking
Hunters.
about. Yeah.
Her and her friend. Oh, man, now I can't remember her name now. Not Holly. Anyways, I met them on. They were on Twitch way back when,
Okay.
and talking about their ghost stories and stuff. And I helped them set up their equipment and stuff, not in person, but over the phone and stuff. And anytime she came by for a book signing, or how it is, where they go just to conventions and different things, she would call me up and say, come down for lunch or something. We're supposed to be down here.
Okay.
She is super nice lady. I can't remember her friend's name now either. Anyways, they were doing a live, and they didn't know what mods were, and they were doing a live, and they had some creep in there wanting them to show their feet and some odd things, and they didn't know how to get rid of the person.
Yeah.
And I was telling them, just click on their name and so forth. And she ended up calling me up, and we're on the phone, and she's doing the live and talking while she's talking to me, and I'm trying to tell her how to ban somebody.
Yeah.
It was comical.
Have you? I out of all the time, now my moderators are really good when I have them in there, but I don't get, like I said, I haven't really had a problem. Man, with anything like that, like having to ban somebody. It's probably been a year. It's probably been a year.
Mainly bots nowadays.
Mm-hmm.
There are a few that, because I do sometime venture into, the politics stuff and what's going on in the world and whatnot, especially the crap Ohio's going through right now.
Oh yeah. Oh, big time. Yeah, it's very important because everybody just wants to ignore it like nothing's happened.
Yeah.
And I'm not okay with that. So knock on the wood. Okay.
No, you can't see my feet.
Let's see here.
Agent J, who's in chat, he does have a Only's fan that he shows his feet, so you can go check out Agent J's feet.
I mean, you got to make money. I'm not here to judge. That's good for you. Good for you.
Okay, now I kind of mentioned the giveaway. You have a giveaway coming up. So
yep, there's a giveaway that's coming up this Monday, the 27th. Coming up, that's going to be at 8 p.m. Eastern. And there's going to be all sorts of stuff that's going to be given away. I'm going to be doing some outdoor stuff. There's going to be some fishing tackle. I still haven't made my mind up on a few things that I'm doing, so I don't want to get too much into it. But I usually, if you want to know what one of my giveaways are, if you just look up Backwoods Mindset giveaway, you can see I usually go all out on them. So it's a big one. Yeah. It's for when I hit 5,000 subscribers, is what I'm doing it for, which I actually hit back in like July or August, but I never did a live or a giveaway for it. So I wanted to make up for that. So that's what we're going to be doing, but it's going to be outdoor stuff. There is going to be, I don't know if anybody in here. So my friend Rachel, who's from Texas, Brazos Valley Soaps. Oh, I'm sure you've heard the Crockers talk about her. Anyways, her soaps are outstanding. And I talked to her, and there's going to be soaps that are going to be given away. And I try to do stuff, not that it matters, but sometimes like I'll try to do something that women might like more than some of the outdoors stuff. I know some people like it, but sometimes I try to do some stuff that just women would like, lotions or, whatever. I mean, it's nice. Not everybody that follows me is an outdoors person or,
Yeah.
so I try to make it so there's a little bit for everybody. I like to keep things,
And
even.
make sure everybody that it's here goes over and subs, because it's going to be subs only.
Yeah, you got to make sure that you go over and sub. And then what we usually do is I'll just kind of explain. So like when we do the giveaways, afterwards, what I do is I have you email me, send me the information, what you won, and the channel name. And then we go from there and I get it shipped out. But usually it's like within the week, I try to get the stuff shipped out, because sometimes I don't know why, out of all the lives I've done and all the giveaways I've done, there's always like 2 or 3 people that take 2 weeks to get me their address. And it stinks having to take like multiple trips to the post office
Yeah.
and it's like, I'd rather just get everything done all at once and get it all out. So I usually give it till Friday and then I send everything out on Saturday.
Or you get that one person that just never replies.
And I've had those before. And
they win. They're there and they know they win, but they never reply.
well, then I think it's some people just like like to have fun with it. Some people don't even care about winning. They just want to have fun. It's not even about getting it. I can't tell you how many times. Well, Susie, and I understand. She says we women like men stuff. No, and I get that. And that's, but I do have some women that watch that don't. And that's why I like to throw some different stuff in. It's not just outdoors stuff. There's going to be soaps, lotion. There's all sorts of stuff. Sometimes I do t-shirts. I've done t-shirts before. So there's all sorts of different kinds of stuff. It's not just like fishing stuff or just not outdoor stuff. There's a little bit of everything that's going to be given away. But I totally forgot what I was saying. I went completely off track. Completely. I wanted to explain that, but I don't know. Anyways, yeah, that's that's next Monday at 8 p.m. We'll be doing that giveaway. And I know there's a lot of people who I know, because like I said, I've seen them come over and subscribe, which means you might not know some of my other subscribers. And I have some also really awesome subscribers, so you could make some new friends. Like that's that's what's and I know you've been in the chat, so you've seen the people, and it's very similar. Everybody talks to each other. Most people know each other. Been around for a while.
Yeah, I've been to some chats that they'll have like 300, 400, 500 people in there, and the chat just goes really slow, and it's like, is there actually people there, or is it a bunch of bots or something? Because I don't see any conversation going on.
Yeah, I've had weird nights like that though, where I've noticed where like people just start talking. It's like they'll just be watching. But sometimes I wonder if it's like if there's something else going on. Like, is there a football game on? Is there a baseball game on? Or people like do that? They have me up there, but they're not. They're listening. They're not, chatting, which is okay too. I mean, I get it. There's times where I've had to do that. I've
had people that have been subbed to me for a very long time. They've told me they never comment. They don't chat or anything. And something will come up. I'll do one video and they'll say that they're not the type of person to comment on videos or anything. They just wanted to show support and say, hey, I'm here. I've been a fan since you started and stuff.
Yeah.
And that's fine by me.
I've had people, and that's funny because I've been running into that lately too. I've actually even started asking people to, hey, if you've never chatted before, just come in and say hi. And then I see all these new names coming up.
Yeah.
And they're like, oh, I've been watching you for a long time, just not big into chatting. And I'm like, oh, okay, great. Glad to have you here. But it is fun to see people, meet new people, and get along and talk about stuff. And it's everybody has their own communities, but it's fun when they all mix together and
mix together.
Yeah,
And
everybody's cool.
That's what I liked about bringing somebody that's into Bigfoot and ghost hunting stuff.
Oh yeah.
You would never know it in chat that some of these people were just are here just to listen about prepping and different other things, and it's like they're still engaged in the conversation and whatnot.
Oh well, and there's so much with the Bigfoot like crosses over, like it just crosses over because it's like everybody's got their story about being in the woods and seeing or hearing something. Like everybody has their story on that, and and they don't know what it was. I mean, I've seen stuff before when I'm out there that like it has me questioning what kind of animal I saw.
Yeah,
especially when it's real early in the morning. But I thought for a long time there that I was seeing a bobcat, and
that's rare.
Well, yeah. Now they are coming back into Ohio now, but more down in your area, like in the bottom half.
Yeah,
they're starting to make their way back in. But they did. This is what's funny because I thought I saw one, and I swore up and down I saw one the one morning when I was out hunting, and then they had just east of me, they had sightings of them. That they said that there were some bobcats in the area.
Oh, wow.
So I was like, maybe I actually did. Now I don't feel so crazy because it's been confirmed that they had them. But I mean, we had, I think it was 2 years ago, we had a bear that was, now I'm in Cleveland. Like I'm in Cleveland, and there was a bear like 15 minutes from where I live. But like I said before, Cleveland's also weird because it's like you go like this around Cleveland, and then it's cornfields surrounding the whole outside of it. So
yeah.
But we get one of those lost bears every once in a while. One sneaks over from Pennsylvania and heads in.
Yeah, the weirdest, I wouldn't say it's weird, but it was probably the rarest thing I've seen. I was out in the woods ginsenging, and came across an albino fox, all cool. White. I thought it was a pet at first, a dog that came running in there, and I got closer to it, and it was a fox, and I was like, wow, that's the weirdest thing I've ever seen out in the woods.
That's wild. Yeah, I saw my first mink.
Oh, really?
Last year, yeah, in the snow. It was running around in the snow, and I was like, what is that? And one of my buddies was hunting about, I don't know, 1/8 of a mile away from me on the other side of the creek. And he said that he saw one when he was out too, but we don't see him often. But that, I mean, that was the first time in 38 years I've seen one in person outside. So
yeah, and that is kind of, it is sad though. If you go back in a good 50 years, it was normal to see that stuff.
Oh yeah. Yeah, that's why I saw somebody said white animals are a good omen.
Which was kind of true, because I ended up with like 4.5 pounds of ginseng that day.
Oh, that's awesome. Yeah, I every once in a while when I drive through like the metro parks, I've seen it a couple times, an albino buck walking around. And that's kind of, they had pictures. I've seen it in the newspaper too. They've had pictures of it, but I've seen it in person on the side of the road in the metro parks a couple times. And they're just so neat to look at though. It's so cool. So cool. Let's see here.
Oh, really?
People buy exotic pets, then set them free in suburbia. We were alert to watch out for a lynx and a cougar.
I do know that in like New York City, they get the little pet alligators and flush them down the toilet, and 8 months later, there's big alligators in the sewers.
Oh yeah. Well, and that's the thing. I love alligator meat.
Oh yeah,
People don't need pet alligators. Like they just don't.
yeah.
It,
There's certain things that are not meant to be a pet.
well, we actually had up in Lake Erie, was it last year or the year before? They put out a warning that there was an alligator went up to somebody on a kayak, and they actually had the ODNR was out on Lake Erie, look around searching for an
Oh, really?
alligator. Yeah, the guy was in his kayak searching in the Sandusky Bay, which a huge catfishing area. It's like a world-renowned catfishing spot.
Yeah.
And yeah, they said that they saw one in there. But down in Akron, in what is that, Portage Lakes? Every couple years they pull alligators out of there too, down in Akron. So that's
I
what
don't know
people
if it's the
just let me
same
know.
one, but that was actually outside of Zanesville, where the guy had a bunch of animals
Oh,
and
yeah, he had, and they ate
he
him.
deleted himself and let them all go.
Yeah, well, didn't that he did that, and then didn't it they eat his wife or girlfriend? I think
I'm
the
not
animals
sure with
killed his
that.
wife. Yeah, I think they like, oh, that was, yeah, the animals attacked the wife or girlfriend and then escaped. And I remember that. That was wild. What was
Yeah,
that? 2011?
something like that.
Yeah, it was a while ago.
Because and every like the sheriff department in down Zanesville area, they never dealt with anything like that, so they had to kill these animals. It was very very sad, and
Well, and
they
then
had them all lined up and taking pictures of them, which I didn't agree with, but
and now I can't have a pet bear because people do this kind of stuff. It's
yeah.
I've been shooting for that pet bear for years, man. I just can't get one.
Yeah, that was sad though. And that's I knew oh, out by Caddis, there's
Okay.
there's a place that had a bear. It was all caged up, but he was just friendly as could be, and they made him get rid of it, which
Yeah. Well, we for a
which
while
was
there. So, like pre that happening, you were allowed to
yeah,
in Ohio. Like you could have anything. Now with the bear, which I think is weird because I read up on it at one point and it was like I think you had to trap it yourself to be able to keep the bear. And you had to have like X amount of property too. I don't know. I don't remember the whole thing, but there was a whole bunch of like A, B, C's, and D's that you had to get done
yeah,
before you
yeah.
could have a
This
bear.
this was this the one I was talking about, which was very sad because I don't know where he got rid of it at or anything like that, but the fact is that he was fed just like a normal dog or whatever. Didn't eat
Yep.
the same thing, but he didn't know that bear wouldn't know how to go out in the
And
woods and get his own
survive.
food.
Yeah,
Yeah.
survive on his own. Yeah, that's just unfortunate. Well, I mean, that goes with any, wild animal that's being kept,
Yeah.
as a pet and then have to get put back out. I mean, they just don't know what to do.
Yeah.
I mean, I think some instincts are going to kick in maybe a little bit, but I think it goes a little far. And
Oh yeah. And uh it was a grizzly, like I said, and it was something that he got was that he bottle fed.
yeah,
They had pictures up on the wall of him bottle feeding the bear and everything, and
yeah.
real sad that he had to get rid of it because of one person's issues.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I'll never forget that though. I'm just reading the
But
comments over here.
think we're going to go ahead and end it here, and you can go
Well,
ahead
it's, I
and
mean, it's already been an hour and a half. I mean,
yeah, we went over a little bit, but
yeah, that was the quickest
that's
hour and a
okay.
half I've ever had.
Go ahead and close it out, and uh, let people know to head over to your place.
Yeah, yeah. Come on over. I try to post videos every day. It's not always everybody, but I try to post every day. Got my lives on Mondays. They're either going to be 7 or 8 o'clock. I post it before those, so you'll know. But come on over. It's fun. You can have it on when your kids are around. It doesn't matter. We don't curse. We don't do anything bad. It's a lot of me, my kids, and my wife are also involved in it. So, and we just like to have a good time. But I also want to thank everybody for coming over and subscribing to me. It means the world to me. I hope you enjoy the content that I'm providing, and hope that you guys stick around. So, I think that pretty much does it.
Yep, I want to thank the mods out there, and thank everybody else who has hung out with us tonight. And we'll be I'll be over at Jeff Bears tomorrow. Come over there and check us out. Until next time, thanks for hanging out with us.